Hello, and welcome to Critically Disdained. Today, we are going to review the music of Zachary McLellan, but more specifically, his most recent album, The Gyres. Zachary is a new artist from Minnesota. He co produces his own music with Scott Morrison. Zach plays guitar on all of his songs and occasionally plays some of the bass, with Scott Morrison playing the drums. His closing song is actually, in fact, a family affair where he has guest musicians from his immediate family. His dad, his sister, and his brother all play on that final track on that album, which we'll talk about. He has a wide range of influences, from Weezer to System of a Down to Radiohead, in addition to many others, with Smashing Pumpkins being his biggest influence, which you can hear pop in throughout his music. So first, a word about his previous album, Numb Kite in a Thunderstorm. It is a calm ambient album. Was very relaxing and interesting, with instruments being distorted and slowed with various loops to create a very entrancing sound. Check that out if you want something that's a bit more relaxed, a little bit different. It's really neat when I listen through it. Now, his most recent album, The Gyres. This was very good. I really liked it. First, a word about the album as a whole. The overall vibe to the record is a dark yet vibrant indie rock grunge sound. It also has the feeling of autumn and cool breezes with overcast skies by the seaside. It is a really neat mix of the two feelings. There are a couple of songs that would fit well in an indie film that takes place in a New England style town. If you've ever seen the movies Dan in Real Life or Lars and the Real Girl and remember their soundtracks, you'll know what I mean, because it has a similar type vibe to that, but also the rock grunge feel to it as well. It is a chill, relaxing album and has a nice rock undertone to it, reminiscent of grunge. Zachary's vocals fit extremely well with the music. It has kind of an echoing sort of effect, much like you would find done to Mickey Dolenz' voice in certain songs that were done by the Monkees. That kind of effect. You can split the songs on the Gyres album into two groups, I find. You have the calm, relaxing songs, so the ones that would fall under that would be the song Afloat, Yellowed, which I added to my autumn playlist, actually. I really like that song. Facemaker, Eternal Slumber of the Thoughtless Whales, and the last song on the album, Ease. Then you have the songs that are kind of dark and grindy. The Robin Drops to the Water, Grudge Box, and the Gyres. The order of songs keeps the album flowing very smoothly, and you're at the end of the record before you even know it. One song I wanted to comment on specifically is the Gyres. It's 9 minutes and 16 seconds long, but it's not boring at all. Now, I think that if he wanted, he could have spliced the song just after 5 minutes and had the last few minutes be kind of an interlude leading into the final song, Ease. But it works good as a full song as well. Even almost being 10 minutes long, it doesn't feel drawn out in any way, but it was done very well, and I really like that song. So actually, that leads into my favorite song of the album, and it was a hard decision. I actually was trying to decide between the Robin Drops to the Water and the Gyres, between my two favorites. In the end, the Gyres won out. That's actually my favorite song on the album. My least favorite song, I honestly couldn't pick one. I don't feel any of them fell short. Everyone felt like it belonged there and was done well. There was no song that felt out of place. There was no song that was done poorly. There was no song that I could say, you know what, that's my least favorite. So, the rock score on this one. The elements that were rock, I would give them a definitive 8 out of 10. Zachary achieved a very nice grunge kind of sound. You can definitely hear his influences through his music for sure. He has recently released a new single called Greyhound. It fits very much in the vein of Facemaker, and it's worth a listen. I'm looking forward to hearing more from Zachary. I think that if he keeps with his style that he has, but is also careful not to be stagnant in his sound and transform in a healthy manner, where you can still hear his form, but see his growth as an artist, he'll go far. I'm excited to hear more. I think it's going to be really good. and I look forward to hearing what he has coming for us in the future. As usual, if you like this review, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on the socials. I can be found on most platforms under the handle Half Eaten Salad. I also post the audio of this and other videos I make on many of the streaming services. If you want to keep up to date on upcoming album releases, join me on Discord. I post there as soon as I hear about new albums being announced. And lastly, you can follow me on Spotify, where I constantly am creating and updating music playlists. I will put the links to the description in the description below. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time here on Critically Disdained.